Abjan. So the next topic what I have to discuss is thread local. Is thread local. Thread local. Thread local. Have you observed the word thread local? Have you observed this terminology, right? Thread local. Can you tell what it means, Anna? Local to a thread. Thread local person is a local person to the thread like. Sir, sometime in your servlets, I hope how many people attended servlets, Anna? In your servlet programming, there is one concept is there named with attributes. Are you getting attributes concept? Scopes, attributes like, okay? The attribute which is added in the request scope. Okay, the attribute which is added in the request scope, okay, that thing is available only for that request. Once that request processing completed, that attribute gone, because it is going to be added in the request object. Once the request processing got completed, then automatically request by default will be gone. Request dot set attribute is nothing but like we have to add. Similarly, the attribute which is added in the session scope by default available throughout that session until you perform logout, that data by default will be available for every request we are not required to provide separately. Okay, so best example, enter your Gmail username and password. Once you enter, you can perform any operation. Every time it won't ask your username and your password. Once you provide, so that's all. 1 hour I send 10 mails, and after that I check my mails. I composed some mails like I did. So until 1 hour, it won't ask once again your username and password. Once log out, yes, session completed. Now I want to send one more mail, then you have to add once again username and password. The data which is stored in session scope by default available for all requests within that session. Are you getting? Next, the attribute which is stored in application scope, context scope, by default available throughout application anywhere. Are you getting? Similarly, sir, I have some data. This data required to a thread. Are you getting? To a thread. Sir, here observe this one. Main method is there. Sir, main method executed by which thread, Anna? Main method executed by which thread? Main thread. Main thread calling M1. Then, so M1 method is going to come. M1 method will come. Sir, M1 internally I am calling M2. Sir, M2 within that I am calling like this. M2 within that I am calling like this. Sir, observe this one. Here, make sure. Yeah. Sir, here I have some data because I communicated with the database. I got some data. This data required for the main thread while executing M2 method. Regarding while executing M2 method, this data required for my main thread. Then what I will do is, I will add that attribute for this thread. Wherever this thread is executing, happily you can able to get that attribute, right? Are you getting? So now, thread local can be used to define thread scope. Are you getting? Thread scope, local variables related to that thread. For that we can go for what? Thread local class. Sir, for every thread a separate database connection is required. For every thread a separate counter variable must be required. For every thread a separate customer ID must be required. Are you getting? So this type of requirement, then we can go for what? Thread local. Is it clear for all of you? Sir, thread local can be used to define thread local variables. So wherever this thread is executing, throughout that code, this thread local variable happily we can access. Once we add, once we add a value to thread local, then wherever this thread is there, happily that thread can able to execute, right? Is it clear? Can able to access that. So to define thread scope, we can go for which concept? Thread local. Is it clear for all of you, right? Okay. Next, so best example. Here observe this one. Sir, for every thread, I want one count variable. For every thread, I want some count variable. What I will do? I will take one thread local object. This thread local object will maintain For every thread a separate local copy. So it may be count. It may be count. Now first thread came. Hey, can you please provide my count value? Is nothing but boss, your count value is 1. Like this it is. Second thread came. Hey, thread local, can you please provide my count value? Is nothing but now this person count is equal to 2, like this. Third person came. Hey, can you tell where is my count? So for every thread a separate copy I want. Then we can go for what? Thread local. Something like thread local is a box where for every thread a separate copy of count variable or database connection or otherwise some any kind of, for every thread if you want separate local copy, then we can maintain that one by using what? Thread local. Is it clear for all of you? Sir, suppose thread local is not there. For every thread creating a separate copy, maintaining that copy, who is responsible? Programmer is the responsible. Suppose 1000 threads are there. Then how many counter variables are required to maintain? 1000 counter variable. For every thread this is the counter variable and so on. Now thread local is going to take care. Being a programmer, we are not required to do anything. Are you able to understand, right? Okay, sir, what is the purpose of thread local? To define thread a specific local variable. For every thread if you want separate connection object, for every thread if you want separate count object, then we can go for what? Thread local. Is it clear for all of you, right? So how to create, what methods are there, how you can add an object, how you can remove, that part I will discuss. First add thread local. Thread local class provides thread local class provides thread local class provides thread local variables. Thread local class provides thread local variables. Thread local variables. Thread local class provides a thread local variables. Next up, thread local class maintains values. Thread local class maintains values per thread basis. Per thread basis. Maintain values per thread basis. Next up, each thread local object maintains a separate value. Each thread local object maintains a separate value. Maintains a separate value like maintains a separate value like user ID, maintain a separate value like user ID, transaction ID like user ID, transaction ID, etc. User ID, transaction ID, etc. For each thread, continue. For each thread that accesses that object. For each thread that accesses that object. Can you please read once again Anna, that line? Each thread local object maintains a separate value like user ID, transaction ID for each thread that accesses that object. That object means that thread local object. Okay. So next, thread can access its local value. Thread can access its local value. Thread can access its local value, can manipulate its value, manipulate its value, and even can remove its value, and even can remove its value, Next up, and even can remove its value. Next up, in every part of the code which is executed by the thread, in every part of the code which is executed by the thread, we can access its local variable. We can access its local variable. Okay. Now, so example, just add example. Consider a servlet While taking the notes, observe carefully what you are writing. Add. Consider a servlet which involves, which invokes some business methods. Which invokes some business methods. Consider a servlet which invokes some business methods. Some business methods. Next, we have a requirement. We have a requirement to generate. We have a requirement to generate a unique transaction ID. We have a requirement to generate a unique transaction ID. We have a requirement to generate a unique transaction ID for each and every request. We have to generate a unique transaction ID for each and every request, and we have to pass this transaction ID, and we have to pass this transaction ID to the business methods, to the business methods. We have to pass this transaction ID to the business methods, for this requirement. We can use thread local. For this requirement we can use thread local. To maintain a separate transaction ID. To maintain a separate transaction ID for every request. To maintain a separate transaction ID for every request. That is for every thread. Do you know, sir, for every request a separate thread will be created or not? Yes, in the case of servlet, single instance multi-threaded model is the servlet. Sir, for every request one separate thread will be created. For every request a separate transaction ID I required, and this transaction ID I have to pass to the business methods. Sir, for every thread, for every request, for every thread a separate transaction ID is required. Is nothing but thread basis we have to maintain a separate transaction ID. For this purpose happily we can go for what? Thread local class. Are you able to understand? Right? Next, keep supporting. Note in the first one. Sir, do you know thread local class came in which version? 1.2 version. 1.2 version only, not 1.5. So in the 1.5 it is enhanced, but thread local basically came in which version? 1.2 version only. Thread local can be used to define thread scope variables. Correct or not? Wherever this thread is there, so this data should be available for this thread. If you have such a type of requirement, happily we can go for what? Thread local. Okay, add. First point, thread local class introduced in 1.2 version. Thread local class introduced in 1.2 version. 1.2 version and enhanced means added some extra functionality, and enhanced in 1.5 version. Next, thread local can be associated with thread local can be associated with thread scope. Thread local can be associated with thread scope. Next, total code which is executed by the thread. Has access to. Total code which is executed by the thread has access to the corresponding thread local variables. Has access to the corresponding thread local variables. Next, a thread can access A thread can access, next a thread can access its own local variables. A thread can access its own local variables, its own local variables, and can't access other threads local variables, and can't access other threads local variables, and can't access other threads local variables, other threads local variables, other threads local variables, because it's a local to a particular thread. T1 can ask its count value, so T1 count value cannot be accessed by T2, or T2 count value cannot be accessed by T3. Next, once a thread entered into dead state, once a thread entered into dead state, all, once the thread entered into dead state, all its local variables are by default available, all its local variables are by default available, for garbage collection, are by default eligible for garbage collection. Better to use the word eligible. Are by default eligible for garbage collection, eligible for garbage collection, eligible for garbage collection. Okay. Next, so how to create thread local variables? Now how to create, what is the constructor for thread local? Okay, here just observe what is the constructor. Have you observed? Thread local TL is equal to new thread local. Sir, I am creating one thread local object. Okay, this is so wherever which thread having the access to this object, so for that thread compulsory this person is going to maintain one copy, are you getting? One copy of count, one copy of username, anything. So this is add constructor thread local TL is equal to thread local TL is equal to new thread local TL is equal to new thread local creates a thread local variable, creates a thread local variable, next methods. Sir, what are various methods are there related to that? Sir, you can ask, there are some methods. So a thread can ask, oh, can you please tell my value? Is nothing but then what we have to use? Get is a method. Can you please provide my value? Get is a method. Next, boss, can you please provide my initial value? Is nothing but like a thread can ask, what's my initial value? Is nothing but like, sir, initial value most of the times null. If you are not satisfied with that, you can change initial value by using what? Set method. Can you please set a new? Is nothing but like, sir, can you please remove my corresponding local variable? Like, so what methods are there which can be applicable on the thread local object? Thread can call get method, thread can call initial value, thread can call set method, thread can call remove method, right? But remove capability, the new capability which is added in the 1.5 version, that part. Anyway, first method add object get. First method object get returns the value returns the value of thread local variable, returns the value of thread local variable, returns the value of thread local variable associated with the value of thread local variable associated with current thread, the value of thread local variable associated with current thread, okay. Next, second one, object initial value, yeah, returns initial value returns initial value of thread local variable, returns initial value of thread local variable, initial value of thread local variable associated with the current thread, returns initial value of thread local variable associated with the current thread, associated with the current thread, associated with the current thread. Next, do you know the default implementation of this method returns which one is the default value? Null, because if you are not setting anything, now the thread is asking, hey thread local, can you please provide my value? What value by default we are going to get? Null. Sir, initial value I don't want null, I want ABC are the initial value. Then we can override initial value method. How we can override this method to configure my own initial value, I will explain anyway at this point. The default implementation of this method, returns null. Default implementation of this method returns null. Next, to customize our own initial value, we have to override this method. To customize our own initial value, we have to override this method. To customize our own initial value, we have to override this method. We have to override this method. Okay, that's all. Next, the third method. Okay, here third one, just add this one. Void set of object new value. Void set of object new value. Object set of new value. Add to set a new value. To set a new value. Okay, my own value. Null I don't want, or I want to change the value of the current. Then next, fourth one, void remove. To remove the value of thread local, to remove the value of thread local variable associated with current thread, Sir, so here just observe this method newly added in which version? 1. This method newly added in 1.5 version. Next, here one more point. Sir, I removed. Here legend. Sir, here first here legend. I am taking just I will execute this code anyway, right? Thread local TL is equal to new thread local. One thread local object created. Now within the main method this total thing is happening. Assume that. Now system.out.println TL.get. Now I am asking, sir, can you tell this line executed by which thread? Main thread. Now main thread is asking, hey thread local, can you please provide my associated value? Is a main thread set any value to this thread local? No. Then what value by default it's going to return? Null. Are you getting? Null. Because default implementation was, if any person without setting, if he is asking, then what my thread local can provide is nothing but null. That's all. Array null I don't want, man. Can you please add my own value? Is nothing but like this person TL dot set of Durga by default added. Okay, so can you tell this line executed by which thread? Main thread. Oh, for the main thread, in this thread local, which value configured is nothing but Durga configured. Now I can ask system.out.println TL.get. Can you tell what value by default you are going to get? Durga, because this line executed by which thread? Main thread. For the main thread, which value configured in the thread local object? Durga. That's why Durga is coming. Now, so what TL.remove method? TL.remove. Sir, this line executed by which thread? Main thread. Now, in the thread local, main thread related value by default will be removed. Now, after removing, now I'm asking system.out.println tl.get. Now the main thread is asking once again, hey, can you please provide my value? Can you tell what value I'm going to get? Okay, so after remove, if a thread trying to access thread local variable once again, then initial value method internally calls once again. Are getting initial value method? Default initial value is nothing but what? Null. Are you getting the point, right? So this is after remove, if we are trying to access, what will happen is nothing but like at this point. This method, added in 1.5 version. Have you took that point? No, right? At this point, it is a newly added method. It is a newly added method in 1.5 version. It is a newly added method in 1.5 version. 1.5 version. Next, after removal, if we are trying to access, after removal, if we are trying to access, it will be reinitialized once again. It will be reinitialized once again. It will be reinitialized once again by invoking. It will be reinitialized once again by invoking its initial value method. By invoking its initial value method. By invoking its initial value method. Initial value method. By invoking its initial value method. Initial value method. Okay. That's all. Now let me execute that simple example how to create thread local object. Next, like thread local demo 1.java. 1 minute. Thread local demo 2.java. Okay, just leave that. Sir, here, just 1 minute. Here I am taking all these things, forget about. Just have a look once. Class thread local demo. Sir, here we are not keeping any import statement because that java.util.concurrent.logs, that cinema already completed. This one thread local present in which package? java.lang package only. That's why we are not keeping any import. I'm creating thread local object. Okay. Now, of course, main thread creates a thread local object. Now, main thread is asking, hey thread local, can you please provide my value? What value by default we will get? Null. What value we will get? Null. Okay. Next, tl.set of Durga. So, main thread added Durga as its value to that thread local object. Thread local object is just like a box. In that box, for the main thread, which value by default added? Durga. Now, system.out.println tl.get. What the answer we are going to get now? Durga. Okay, Durga is the value because we set already. Next, tl.remove. Hey, remove. I don't want any value. Remove. After remove, now I'm asking once again. Then which value by default will be there? Yes, null once again because initial value method by default it's invoked. Now the answer is, now let me execute this code. Thread local demo 1.java. Next, Java thread local demo 1. Have you observed? Null, first time null. Have you observed? Null, Durga, null. Null, Durga, null. Are you getting that? Okay. How to create thread local object and what methods we can able to perform. Clear for all of you, right? Add example 1. Take this complete example. So beside every SOP, take the corresponding output also. SOP of tl.get itself is a null. Next TL dot set of Durga. Next TL dot get Durga. TL dot remove, like this. Completed, I hope. Thread local TL is equal to new thread local. TL dot get method null. TL dot set of Durga. TL dot get Durga, like. So any explanation is required. Okay, like now here see thread local demo 1. Sir, is it possible to override initial value method or not? Yes boss, I don't want null as the initial value. I want to keep my own initial value method. Now 1 minute, let me save this code as 1a, like this. I am taking 1a dot Java. Sir, here 1a is there, like 1a. Now how to override? Very simple enough. Thread local TL is equal to new thread local curly brace open. Can you tell what I am doing? I am creating child class, anonymous inner class for thread local. In the child class I am creating I am overriding public object. What is the method? Initial value. Sir, return which object you want? ABC I want. Are you getting? Return ABC, like. Sir, here do you know, is it thread local object or it's a child class object? Child class object, just like you know inner classes concept, thread local. Now so here overriding initial value method. Now I am asking system.out.println TL dot get. What value I am going to get? ABC, because ABC is the initial value. Next boss, ABC I don't want. Can you please set as Durga? Next SOP of TL dot get. What value by default we will get? Durga. Next TL dot remove. Boss, can you please remove? Then what is the value? TL dot get means what value I am going to get? ABC, not null, because internally which method will be called? Initial value method ABC is there. Now observe. Okay, here let me compile and run. Thread local demo 1a. Are you getting? Thread local demo 1a, like 1a dot Java. Okay, thread local demo 1a. Have you observed? First ABC, next Durga, and then ABC. Clear, light. Yeah, better to keep submitting. Overriding of initial value method. 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 Okay, take clear, like. Overriding of initial value method. Thread local TL is equal to new thread local. Completed, I hope. Overriding of initial value method. ABC Durga. Next this is thread local 1a. Completed, right? Okay. Next there is one example I want to take. where exactly how to use a thread local. Can you tell for which purpose we can go for thread local? For each thread, if you want to maintain separate copy, then we should go for thread local, correct or not? Okay, for every thread. Sir, in this example, what we explored, just how to create thread local object and what methods you can call, how to get the value, how to set the value like. But now I will create multiple threads. For every thread, is it possible to maintain a separate value or not? Let me go for a simple example for that, and a more meaningful example for here. See this one. Sir, I am taking customer thread C1 is equal to new customer thread of customer thread 1, customer thread 2, customer thread 3, customer thread 4, C1 dot start, C2 dot start, C3 dot start, C4 dot start. Sir, how many threads are there? 4 threads, 4 customer threads are there. My job is, for every customer thread, a separate transaction ID must be required. For every thread, a separate transaction ID I want to maintain. Then, how many thread local objects are required? 1 thread local object. 1 thread local object, for every thread, a separate ID it can able to maintain. Now, observe this one. What I will do? Private static thread local TL is equal to new thread local. I am creating, even curly brace open is nothing but like initial value method I am overriding. Sir, here for the first thread, whenever the first thread came, TL dot get. First thread came, TL dot get. TL dot get means internally which method will be called? Initial value method. Initial value method means return what? Plus plus cust ID. What is the default value at the beginning? Cust ID 0. For the first thread, what is the corresponding ID? 1. For the second thread came, pass get ID. Initial value method 1 second. What is the value? 2. Third thread came. What is the value? 3. 4. So for every thread, a separate cust ID value will be maintained or not? Yes. Here just observe. This is who is going to take a total thing. This is a thread local object. Are you getting? Now here like customer thread name purpose constructor I took. Next run method. Have you observed? Thread dot current thread dot get name of the thread, customer thread 1 executing with the customer ID TL dot get. Are you getting that? Okay. If the first thread asking what about its customer ID? 1. Second thread came, it is asking what about its customer ID? 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. For every thread a separate customer ID by default will be created. If you execute 1000 threads, then how many customer IDs will be maintained? 1000 customer IDs will be maintained, but how many thread local objects are required? Only 1 thread local object. For every thread, if you want to separate copy, then happily we can go for what? Thread local object. Suppose unfortunately thread local concept is not there, then how many variables we require to maintain? For every thread a separate boss cust ID 1 for the customer thread 1, cust ID 2, cust ID 3 is nothing but it's a big difficult to the programmer, right? Okay. Now let me execute this one. Thread local demo 2.java. Thread local demo 2.java. 2.java. Okay. Thread local demo 2. Okay, like this. Are you getting? Sir, here order for every thread is separate, but in which order threads are going to execute, I don't know that. That's why. So customer thread 1 executing with customer ID 1. Customer thread 3 executing with customer ID 4. Because this unique number generated for every thread or not? For every thread is separate number, but in which order the threads are going to execute, I can't give any guarantee. Are you getting? That's why 1, 4, 3, 2 like this is. So for second thread 2 number came, for fourth thread 3 number came, for third thread 4 number came. Anyway, how many threads are there? 4 thread. How many IDs got generated? 4. So how many thread local objects are used? 1 thread local object. Are you getting? For every thread, if you want to maintain a separate copy, then we can go for what? Is nothing but this thread local concept. Okay, best example. Take this one. Take clearly. take a clear link. For every customer thread, a separate customer ID got created. Customer thread of string name, super of name public void run method like. Customer thread C1 is equal to new customer thread of what name I kept, customer thread 1. So we can configure name for every thread. Take clearly. Completed, right? I hope is clear, not required to keep any explanation, right? Completed, right? Okay, that's it. Next, add one theoretical point. In the above program, for every customer thread, a separate customer ID. For every customer thread, a separate customer ID will be maintained by. For every thread, a separate customer ID will be maintained by. A separate customer ID will be maintained by thread local object. Will be maintained by thread local object. Object. That's all. Okay. So this is. I hope you people can aware what is thread local and what is the purpose of thread local. How to create and what methods we can able to call. Next we have to discuss thread local with respect to inheritance. Are you getting? Parent thread is there, child thread is there. Is the parent thread local variable by default available to the child or not? Okay, this is it available or not? So if it is not available, then how we can handle that part I will explain. Just observe. So up to this we covered thread local. Okay, how to create a thread local object, what is the purpose of thread local like. Now, with respect to inheritance of the behavior, let me explain so that you people can aware much clearly. Just a matter of 2 or 3 conclusions. So, with respect to inheritance, what is the behavior of thread local? Sir, here observe this one. Sir, I am taking class. Take a bit special care. Class parent thread. Class parent thread. Okay. Extends a thread. Class parent thread extends a thread. This parent thread having one thread local object. I want to create a thread local object. Sir, static thread local TL is equal to static thread local TL is equal to new thread local. Static thread local TL is equal to new thread local. I am creating one thread local object. Okay. Now public void. Now what is the method? Public void run method. Public void run method. Within the run method, so it is parent thread, and I want to add some value, okay, to this TL. That's why what I will do, TL dot set of PP, like this I'm adding PP parent value, something like PP I'm adding. Now so system dot out dot println, okay, parent value TL dot get. Sir, can you tell what is the value by default we will get now? Array, what is the value we are going to get? PP, because which value we added to the thread local object. This line executed by this current thread. So sir, what is the current thread added value? Is nothing but PP parent value, PP is the value. What the parent thread is doing? This parent thread is responsible to create child thread and to start child thread. Okay. Now I am taking here, just observe these lines, right? Now I am taking child thread CT is equal to child thread CT is equal to new child thread. Child thread CT is equal to new child thread CT dot start. Okay, now child thread started by this parent thread. Now end of this one and end of this class. Okay, now parent thread class completed, run method, end of run method, end of the class. Now my next job is class child thread thread extends a thread. It is not parent class child class. So it is parent thread child thread, because child thread object created by parent thread, child thread started by parent thread. That's why it is the parent thread, not parent class. Observe the word. Parent class is the different, parent thread is the different. Parent thread means the thread which starts is another. So child thread started by which thread? Parent thread. That's why it is the parent thread, it is the child thread. Now public void run method. Public void run method. System dot out dot println. Okay. Here child value. Here child value. I'm asking child value. Sir, TL is a static variable which is there in the parent thread. Correct or not? Can you tell how we can access static variable? By using class name. That's why parent thread dot TL. Parent thread dot TL. Oh, thread local. What is my value? Dot get. Okay, like I'm asking. Do you know this line executed by which thread? Child thread. Now child thread is asking, hey, thread local object, can you please provide my value? Can you tell what is the value added by parent thread? What is the value added by parent thread? PP. But what is the value? Okay, which value by default is going to come to the child thread? Is nothing but parent thread local variable value. won't be available to the child thread. That's why if I can ask, child thread is asking what's child value. Now this thread local object is going to tell, array child, you didn't add anything. Then how you can provide, how I can provide like what value by default this person is going to return? Null. Actually parent thread added some value. Sorry, it is the parent thread value. So by default parent thread value not available to the child thread. Is it clear for all of you? Okay, this is. Now let me start the parent thread, because this thread already started here, but let me start this thread. That's why class thread local demo 3 public static void main method string array args. Okay, now thread local, sorry, so sir, here I want to create and start this thread. Can you tell what is the code? Parent thread trpt is equal to new parent thread. Now pt dot what? Start. Sir, now observe this one. Sir, which thread is responsible to start this parent thread? Main thread. So main thread acts as parent thread for this thread. Now this thread is responsible to create and start a child thread. That's why this thread acts as parent thread for this thread. Are you able to get? So total how many threads are there? How many threads are there? 3. Parent thread created by, parent thread started by which thread? Main thread. Child thread started by which thread? Parent thread. Are you able to understand? Now parent thread added some value to thread local object, but a parent thread added thread local variable value by default not available to the child thread. That's why even though parent thread value is pp, but here I'm going to get which value? Null. Is it clear for all of you? Okay, this is parent thread's thread local variable value by default not available to the child thread. It is the clear indication, right? Now let me execute this code. Here just observe. Now thread local, here all these things are not required. 1 minute. Let me make a small change. Thread local, new thread local. Okay, like this. All these things we don't know as of now. Now observe, class parent thread, extends a thread, public static, thread local TL is equal to new thread local, public void run method, TL dot set pp, parent thread value. What is the value by default I'm going to get? Parent thread value pp. Next child thread ct dot start, child thread value parent thread dot tl dot get null we are going to get. Now so class thread local demo parent thread pt dot start. Are you getting same example only? Now thread local demo 3 dot java. Next thread local demo 3. Sir, parent thread value, what is the value by default we are going to get? pp. Child thread value, what is the child thread value? Null by default we are getting. Any explanation is required? Parent thread value pp, child thread value is nothing but what? Null by default we are going to get, right? Now take very special care about this terminology, right? Sir, parent thread local variable value I want to the child thread. Are you getting? Parent thread local variable value I want to the child thread is nothing but, then don't go for thread local, better to go for inheritable thread local. Okay, child class of thread local. A special case of thread local is what? Inheritable thread local. Sir, here instead of thread local we have to go for what? Inheritable thread local. Okay, TL is equal new inheritable thread local, like. Okay, if I can replace thread local with inheritable thread local, parent thread local variable value by default available to the child. Can you tell what is the value I'm going to get here? Instead of null I have to get what? pp. Perfectly. Now let me do that change. Sir, can you tell what is the class name? What is the class name? Inheritable thread local. TL is equal to inheritable thread local. TL is equal to inheritable thread local, like I'm taking. Now suddenly parent thread value pp, child thread value null. Now let me execute once again. Have you observed? parent thread value, what is the value na? PP. Child thread value, what is the value for the child thread? Can I spell out what is the value? Okay, child thread value is nothing but PP. So by default, have you observed, right? What is the difference between normal thread local, inheritable thread local? There is a difference there. Inheritable thread local is the child class of thread local. So if you want a parent thread local variable available to the child thread value, then we should go for which one? Inheritable thread local. Clear for all of you, right? Okay, this is. But here one thing. So which value added to the parent thread? PP. Then which value is coming to the child thread? PP only. Sir, I don't want PP. For the child thread, I want to configure separate value. For the child thread, I want to configure separate value. How we can configure? Simple. Here we have to override child value method. By default, child thread local variable value is exactly same as parent thread local variable. If you want, okay, separate. If you want separate value for child thread, then we have to override which method? Child value method. Now observe this one. Let me take here I am taking just curly. Let me take curly brace open. If I can take curly brace open, what I am doing? What I am doing? Anonymous inner class that extends inheritable thread local. Sir, public object what? Child value. Public object child value is nothing but like I am taking child value of object P. Internally it is going to be called by passing parent value anyway, child value. Which value you want for the child? Return CC is the value. PP is nothing but parent related thing. Return CC. That's all. Are you getting? Now let me execute this code. Yes, boss. Have you observed? Parent thread value PP, child thread value is nothing but what we are getting? CC. Itself is the value by default we are going to get, right? Any explanation is required? This is what thread local with respect to inheritance. Are you getting? Only 3 points, Anna. Parent thread local variable value by default not available to the child thread. If you want to make it available, then we should go for what? Inheritable thread local. If I use inheritable thread local, child thread local variable value is exactly same as parent thread local variable value. If you want to configure a separate value for child thread, then we have to override which method? Child value method. That's all at this point. Keep supporting. Thread local versus inheritance. Thread local versus inheritance. Thread local versus inheritance. Inheritance. Thread local versus inheritance. Add. Parent threads thread local variable. Parent threads thread local variable. Parent threads thread local variable. Thread local variable. Parent threads thread local variable. By default not available. By default not available to the child thread. By default not available to the child thread. By default not available to the child thread. To the child thread. By default not available to the child thread. Next, if we want to make parent threads thread local variable values. If we want to make parent threads thread local variable value, parent threads thread local variable value available to the child thread, available to the child thread, then we should go for what? Which class, Anna? Then we should go for inheritable thread local class. Then we should go for inheritable thread local class. Inheritable thread local class. Inheritable thread local class. Next one. Inheritable thread local class. Next point. By default, child thread value is exactly same as, by default child threads value is exactly same as parent threads value. Is exactly same as parent threads value. By default parent threads, by default child thread value is exactly same as parent threads value, but we can provide customized value, for child thread, by overriding, which method anna? By overriding child value method, by overriding child value method, child value method. Next, child value method. Next, constructor. Only one constructor. Okay, add inheritable thread local. Constructor inheritable thread local. TL is equal to new inheritable thread local. TL is equal to new inheritable thread local. Next, keep supporting methods. And have you remembered inheritable thread local is the child class of inheritable thread local is the child class of thread local. So thread local methods, 4 methods we covered: get, set, initial value. Next, and after that remove. All these methods by default available to the inheritable thread local. In addition to that, one more method is available. What method? Child value. Add inheritable thread local is the child class of thread local is the child class of thread local. Inheritable thread local is the child class of thread local. And hence child class of thread local, and hence all methods present in thread local, by default available to inheritable thread local. Next, in addition to these methods, it contains only one method. What is that method? Child value. Public object child value, object parent value. Okay, take this one. Public object child value, object parent value, like only one method, right? Next, completed, I hope. Okay, now, so that's all. This is completed the method, right? Okay, that's all. Now better to take this thread local. Okay, take clearly this example, demo program. Class parent thread extends a thread. Parent thread extends a thread. Next, a public static inheritable thread local. TL is equal to new inheritable thread local. Completed, I hope. Take clearly. Public static inheritable thread local TL, new inheritable thread local. Public object child value, object P return CC. Return CC like. Completed, right? Public void run method tl dot set of pp system dot out dot println parent thread value tl dot get child thread ct is equal to new child thread ct dot start method ct dot start method. Next class child thread extends thread. Completed, right? Okay, better to take output. Yes, what is the output we are getting? Parent thread value pp, child thread value cc. Parent thread value pp, child thread value cpc. Okay, next add one theoretical point. Completed, I hope. Next, in the above program, if we replace inheritable thread local, in the above program, if we replace inheritable thread local with the thread local, if we replace inheritable thread local with the thread local, inheritable thread local with the thread local, and if we are not overriding, child value method, you are not overriding child value method, then the output is, if you are not overriding child value method, then the output is, can I spell out what the output we are going to get? Sir, parent thread value pp, child thread value null add. Then the output is parent thread value pp, child thread value null. Parent thread value pp, child thread value null. Child thread value null. Okay. Next point. In the above program, if we are not in the above program, if we are maintaining inheritable thread local, if we are maintaining inheritable thread local, and if we are not overriding child value method, and if we are not overriding child value method, child value method. Sir, can you tell what will happen? We are maintaining inertable thread local only, but we are not overriding child value method. Child value method I didn't override. Then what is the output? PP, parent thread value PP, child thread value also PP only. Okay, like take this one. Parent thread value PP, child thread value PP. Parent thread value PP, child thread value also PP only. PP like. Completed, I hope. Are you getting right? That's all. So this is what thread local with respect to inheritance. Are you getting? What is the thread local? What is inheritable thread local? Parent thread local variable by default available to the child thread are not like. These are the things what you people should aware. That's all.